Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello Taurus, welcome to my YouTube channel and or my Facebook page if you've come across this video on Facebook. So where am I going to go now? So I just want to say thank you to everybody for their subscribing, and thank you to those of you who will be subscribing soon, and I invite you to do that now or at the end of the video. And also drop me a line or leave me a comment or a thumbs up if this video resonates with you and if you like the work that I do, okay? And that's on either social media platform. So the other thing is, this is for Taurus, and this Taurus may be in your astrological chart, and it could be your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus sign that's come up for you. So the other thing is, if these reads do not resonate with you or do resonate with you, okay, hang on a minute. If they, these reads may not resonate with you. If they do, then that's where I was going with that. If they do, that's wonderful. If they don't, or if it isn't quite on the button for you, it may be a good idea to check out one of your other signs. So if you do not know what one of your other signs are, there is the link in the description box below that will take you to a free website that will work it out for you, and that will give you a really nice overview about yourself, basically, and your other traits that may be there that you may not have figured out before. So there may be something like that that's coming up for you, okay, right now. I'm talking about that. So the other thing is, like, I just wanted to say that, I do have some gift vouchers, and I am available to take bookings for readings at the moment. In these next few weeks there are some spaces available. The other thing is that I am putting out some gift vouchers. They are nearly ready, so I will be advertising those, or putting them. We don't have to wait for the advertisement, but they are a special. There are some specials on there, so just either make contact with me on my Facebook page. And my other details are in the description box below, and how you can make contact with me, okay, about that, or any readings or healing that you're looking to receive, either in person or online, okay? Thank God for technology, eh? Cool. Okay, so let me see, and I have PayPal available, so if you're overseas, it's not a problem. Okay, so anyway, I'm just going to move the cat again. Right, anyhow, what we got here? So I'm using the Starman Tarot deck at the moment. Okay, that's this one here. And I'm maybe using the Energy Oracle card. So these cards are really used. I love using these. Leave her alone. Okay, so first of all, so what I'm going to do is you may have heard me banging on about it, mentioning it in the last couple of weeks about there's a few changes that I'm doing, and so I'm going to be doing these fortnightly from now on, and so so I won't see with another read. So these reads will last from this week until next week, and then, like I say, fortnightly. So I will see you back after this on the 7th with another read that will take you through till Christmas. Okay. Oh, jeepers. So you may have noticed that, and I also mentioned about how I've been intuitively doing these spreads. So there's like a recent past, and going into the present moment, and a little bit about the future as well, and then and then talking about what the challenges may be, that may be coming up, but also and where a little bit of advice, let me see, encouragement or a suggestion, and how you can move through that, but also, and then finally working towards a possible outcome for you, okay? Like with everything, this is free will, so, and this is why I say if it resonates, it does. If it resonates, wonderful. If it doesn't, then it's like, don't take, check out one of the other signs, so it could, bring things together with you a little bit more, okay? Anyway. let me see. So, what have we got here? The Ten of Swords. So, the Ten of Swords for me, like coming, you know, in the recent past, there's something about, you know, like you may be going, there may have been a lot of things going on in your head. So, there's a little bit of a tension. Some of you that this may still be here. Okay, so the recent past could be something as soon as like in the last week, the last few days, or the last month, and maybe the last year. For some of you, there's a, you know, there's like something like maybe 10, 11 years ago that's kind of like, yes, I've sorted out, but that out and blah, blah, blah. But it's like something from there has triggered something again that's come up in this now for you, and it may be something to do with some limiting beliefs or in this recent past. Okay, so anyway, the Ten of Swords, really it talks about I must evolve. So it gets to the point where we feel like we need to like make a change. Something's got to happen. So, and to make a change, whether it's financially, but you know, physically, emotionally, you know, mentally, whatever it is, monetarily, you know, whatever it is. So there's something there. I feel like you've something has come to end. Like you made your mind up. This is what I've got to do, and it's like you must evolve. So the Swords is typically to do about our thoughts, our words, and actions, and that sort of thing. With the life challenges that we have, you know, around us. So it's about communication with the Swords, okay? And they are good communicators. So there may be something about you communicating, or there may be a lack of, or an over enthusiastic amount of. But I also hear for some of you, it's maybe it's the way that you're communicating. So with this card, and something has like shifted, and it's like, and now it's like you're communicating in a different way, or you're using a different form of communication, or a different technology in that sense as well. For some of you, it's like this is about making decisions and asserting your power as well. With the Ten of Swords, I feel like there's something that's more come to grips, and you've realized, like taking all these things into consideration, you've realized that actually, you know, it's time. And this card, you know, 10 is about moving into a new situation, or taking what you've learned, you know, from the Ace, say, to the 9, that whole journey through to there. And it's like it's come together, because 9 for me it talks about, you know, a completion of a cycle in some way or form. So when you're moving into the 10, and the 10 is like bringing that information and like transitioning into the new, which is either the 0 or the 1, you know, going into the 1. So if it was 0, moving into the 1. So that's how I see the 10 anyway. And it's like taking the information and moving into this new beginning, getting ready for the new beginning, basically. Armed with what you've figured out, okay? So then we're moving into more of, then as we, you know, it's like now you're moving into the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords is in reverse. So it may be, you know, because it's in reverse, it's like I use what restricts me. So it's kind of like it's like that reverse psychology side of things. It's like utilizing what it is that is restricting you as your power, basically. So it's turning that around. Interesting that this is in reverse. So I feel like you've not been doing that. So it's like you've kind of like stepped out of stepped out of whatever it is, like this sense of restriction now. And maybe you have felt like you've been restricted in the past, and just not you were with money, with success, in the way that you think success means for you, with just some sort of movement towards a brighter future, basically, is what they're talking about here. So I was gonna leave it in reverse, but I feel like there's something changing in that. It's flipping around. It's like something is definitely changing into where it is that you're wanting to head towards now. And it may be not happen overnight, but it is happening. And I feel like there's some steps, you've taken some steps and you've slowly got there, and you're getting there, okay? Something is moving, basically, because you've let yourself out. So the 8, you know, 8 for me, as I'm just being drawn to that, is in realizing and knowing that we are like that infinity sign. Everything, it's unlimited, it's infinite. So we are too, in what we choose to do. So what I'm hearing about there with that is like, you know, there is, in a way, there is something, you know, I'm hearing like spirit. So there's no such thing as mistakes. So, but even though we know that we can make a mistake, but it's like, it's looking at it, we mistook something. So it's kind of, but not, we don't have to use it in the sense that, yes, there are mistakes, but we don't have to let it drag us down. Does that make sense? And it's like, yes, and maybe some people, are saying, and you may be feeling like some people are thinking that you are making a mistake in what you're doing, or where you're going to go, or what, or whatever it is. So it could be a relationship, a new job move, a business, or something like that you're moving or shifting into, or leaving, whatever it is. But it's like, how are you going to know unless you have a go? And of course, there are some sensible things to take into consideration as well. But I feel like for a good proportion of yous, or a good portion of yous, it's like you've really taken into account, this, that, and whatnot, and you've decided, yes, I'm going to give this a really good shot, whether it is applying for a new job, creating a business of some sort, or moving into buying a new house, or building, or something like that, or even going into a relationship, or exiting from one. So whether it be a romantic one, a friendship one, or something to do with, I'm hearing like some of you may have to do with family as well. Or I'm hearing someone in the background say, or ex loved ones, okay, it's something may have, going in there, maybe going on in there for some of you with some family members, okay, whatever it is, love and light to you all, okay. So then we have the sun, which is going into the future. So the sun is there. So I celebrate the golden opportunities that life brings. Okay, this is beautiful, because it's like whatever it is that you're creating, know that there is, there's the opportunity. There are opportunities everywhere. It's like we just have to be open to seeing them, and taking some time to nurture them, to create it, to shape it, transform it, and grow it. Okay, so I kind of feel like that is really, it's something is growing. Okay, because I feel like you've seen an opportunity, or you've taken and you've made something into an opportunity, basically. So, and then we have the ace. This is you, the Ace of Wands, which is a fire sign here. Now it's in reverse. So, the Ace of Wands talks about I am the catalyst, and it's in reverse, which is interesting. So it may be that you maybe not feeling like that way at the moment. So I'm turning it around. Yes, you are the catalyst of what it is, how, with everything, like how and what our life looks like. So it may be that you may have been put aside, or you may have put yourself a lot aside and not seeing yourself as the catalyst. But I feel like, this card coming up in reverse, it's like turning that around now and putting it in the right way. It's like, and realizing, yes, that you are the catalyst in an uplifting way. And you may have gone, thought about, yes, I am the catalyst, but you may have been like in this funny little space. So they're wanting to zhuzh up, turn it around, and to lift your energy now. I just want to clarify that too with another card, and as to what they are meaning by that as well. So then I feel like there's something else in there. Okay, so yeah, the Five of Cups. So there may be something emotional that's come up, or comes up that it's because this one is I am inconsolable. So something may come up or there may be something that has triggered you from a memory from in the past, which is like, I'm feeling like Spirit is saying it's in the past, and it's turning things around now, and use that as the catalyst to drive you forward. So there may have been you may be at this stage where it's like, oh, I'm just tired, I'm over it. It's like, frack it, that sort of energy. So it's now time to use that emotion and that energy and turn it around as the catalyst to help you, see it that way, to drive you forward, is to achieve your dreams, basically, or what it is you want to do, be, have, and give in life. And as well as, who do I want to do things with and have things with and give things to in my life, and give things with and to in my life. And then we have the Five of Wands. So that's another action. So I am hyper alert to all possible forms of conflict. So there may be some frustration that's around you at the moment. So because this is more like you or around you about how, who, what, why. And there may be some of you hold-ups there. around you at the moment, or you may be just feeling a little bit frustrated. And it may be towards work or something that's going on with your business. And it's like, I'm just hearing, just be patient. This too will pass, because I feel like this job opportunity that is coming up that you haven't seen yet for some of you, and some of you have had an inkling, like seen in a clairvoyant sort of a way, but I have the sense of knowing that something's coming up, but it's like, oh God, I wish it'd hurry up and happen. And it's like, but it's coming. So we have the moon as the other card that's fallen out here, and it is, you know, intuition. You know, the moon is all about intuition. It was a lot like the high priestess. Those two kind of work together really well. But the moon for me in here is I perceive the truth. I perceive the truth through the inner veil and its reflection. So, you know, it's like, if you have a look, you know, what is going on in and around you, and I'm feeling, you know, the moon has a lot to do with our energy levels, you know, the rises and, you know, the highs and the lows of what, you know, through the cycles that the moon has or brings to us. But I'm just feeling like there's a lot to do with listening to your intuition, basically, and tapping into that moon energy. Like when it's a new moon, it's like, and following the cycles and noticing when, getting a grip around the cycles, or getting an understanding around the moon cycles, and when it's, you know, like when to make some, you know, certain decisions, or planning certain events or things like that. So, and not go with the flow of the energy rather than go against it. So, or go in between it and around. So, you know, this is nothing new. Way back thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, you know, our ancestors have been using the moon cycle for years, you know, and that's like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. So it's like, and they knew certain things. So it's like getting in touch with that side of you, with the intuitive side of you, basically, is where they're going. Then we have the Four of Pentacles. It's like, I have a great influence and power. So there is something about, you know, this moving into the advice is like allowing yourself to use that great influence and power to project through the energy, you know, with or bring that out of you, to project it through, because this is a Pentacles, this is you, Taurus, that sort of energy, you know, to help ground you, but help bring out those qualities of that stamina, the consistency, the cleverness. I'm hearing the cleverness. There's some sheer cleverness and brightness there, and tenacity as well in there. So, and bringing out that great influence. And there's something about where they're talking about people coming in and helping you out in some way or form as well. So, yeah, have that one. I just feel like I want to see what that one is about too, to get a bit more clarity on that one for some reason. So the Four of Pentacles. Okay, I dare to choose. Okay, with the Two of Wands. So there's something about expanding the horizons in a way that's like looking, there may be a couple of choices or a couple of opportunities there, which is kind of, you know, there's that influence in it. So you're going to be, it's like, I keep going back to this intuition here, which is about, you know, the challenge is like, tapping into it, and utilizing it. There may be a bit of somebody, you know, not wanting to listen to your intuition or something like that, and maybe you not listening to your intuition. But then there's this one here, and it's like using that influence and that power that you have. There's like connecting in with Mother Earth, you know, connecting in with your spiritual side, connecting in with, finding that balance basically, and connecting in with people who you know that support you in some way or form, and letting them know how they can support you, because I do feel like there's a lot of a lot of people out there, or quite a few people out there, that just don't know how they can best support you with whatever it is that you're doing or where you're thinking of going to. And it's not maybe, it's kind of like, sometimes we need to learn to ask for help. And it's not so much asking for help, but it's asking for support. It's asking for, in allowing, and it's not necessarily, if it's advice and that sort of thing, you're not necessarily that you have to take it. And sometimes it's not, maybe that you're not quite ready for it, and then that may be the next step or the next step down from that. But it's like, it's, but it's letting people know, because I'm hearing my voice is starting to like, my throat's starting to get dry, and it's like, and start to get a bit croaky. So it's kind of like, there's something there that maybe there's communication as well, being a lot clearer or a little bit more clearer with communicating what your needs are, what your wants are, and how can, how those who love you can help you out in some way. And then there's the Two of Wands, it's about choosing. There's something about making a choice, basically. Then we have the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups that talks about says, I am lavished by all the good things in life. So there's, there's something that comes around, and you may get a little bit like at the end of a cycle, a completion of a cycle, but there's something that's like things are starting to all come together, and you've got more of an understanding and a knowing, a good sense, your intuition is, on par, because it's like you've been more listening to it, and, and finding this balance with things in general in life, and with and bringing things together. But it's super really listening to, and this is all your senses are opening up or starting to open up, and it's also about, making sense of everything. So typically in other decks, this one here and another deck, or in this other deck here that I've got, there's a space where there are things out there that represent the smell with the food, and the taste, with the food. There's all this lavish food there, and the ambiance of the scene, and there are things that stimulate the senses in there that want you, that you are offered, and you show and you beam out. Okay. So it's like there's something about you that is, that's lifted now, and it wouldn't be surprised if people say, oh, I've seen a shift in you, or you seem really happy, or you seem really cheerful, and it may be there's a genuine, it's genuinely more so now. Whereas before, yes, of course you're happy enough, and blah, 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 but it's like there's something, because when you have a shift, you'll know what I mean when something lights you up. There's something like that lights you up. It's because that when you get that aha moment, and that success side of things, or yes, I've done it, I've achieved it, or yes, that worked really well, or yes, I know where I'm going, or whatever it is. There's those epiphany moments. It's like that, and it's like satisfying in a way. That's where the word I'm getting is this energy here. Cool. So now there was a crystal that I wanted to share with you, and it's called Cinnabar, that come out, and grabbed my notes as well, so I can give you as much as I can. Information as much as I can. So this one here is Cinnabar. It's known as the merchant stone, which is interesting. So also known as cinnabite. It's a native vermilion, or one of Mercury. Cinnabar assists you in stimulate dignity, vitality, and power. It removes obstacles, and is said to attract prosperity as well. And is often called the merchant stone. It only attracts wealth, but also aids in maintaining a state of wealth. Also said to aid in the removal of aggression, and helps with assertiveness. Helps to remove energy blockages, and aligns the energy centers as well. So that could be a really nice one for you. So, whether you're a merchant or not, a business person or not, or whatever it is, it's like, it's kind of like a nice all-round, or a nice one to have near your desk or your table or something like that in your office. And this is a raw piece with a bit of it in it as well on that side there. So it looks more gravelly but or rocky, but there's some in there as well. Okay, anyway, that is Cinnabar. Cool, and I just want to draw a card from here, see what the energy oracle cards have to say or to share with you. So what would you like to share with the sign of Taurus for this fortnight from today, the 22nd or 23rd of November? So 43, man holding a coin. Number 43, stability and balance. So 4 is about stability or direction, that sort of thing. And it's, you know, a foundation and creating and being in a firm one. And, you know, when we're in a firm one, then we kind of feel more secure within ourselves. And for the, you know, not just now, but or you know, in the future as well. So that's what the 4 is about. The 3, like I say, is about balance. So man holding a coin. So I feel like for some of you, there is someone, for some of you where you are single, there may be somebody coming into your life that may hold some coin in a way. But it's just in the sense that, you know, this allows you to be able to move and do other things together. I kind of feel like for some of you, there is this energy where this person may come into your life, not necessarily in a romantic way, but may offer you some help in the sense that he may not actually give you the money to help you, but it may be that he offers you ideas in how to make money, or to better yourself in the way to make, you know, to create financial stability for you. And there's a bit of balance about that, okay, around in that area, around that. Cool. And some of you, there may be somebody who literally has money that wants to share with you, or go partners with you in a business, or help set you up in some way or form with a business or some sort of venture like that, okay? So then we have the Angel of Strength, and she is with this beautiful lion here. And that's number 50. So there is something about energy. 5 is about energy, something about energy. There's something about energy, you know, and it's amazing when our energy is, you know, is vibrating high and we're able to expand it out. And we're in a good place, and we're putting ourselves in a good place. We're choosing to do that. How things seem to pan out more often than not. Even though, and it's not, what I'm hearing is not comparing yourself to others as well. Okay. And number 0 is about, you know, something about the birth of something new is what I'm hearing. It's like creation. It's like going back to the beginning of a cycle, or the beginning of a cycle, or the beginning of the next phase of a cycle from where you are. Okay. And there may be some of you that may be the beginning of a brand new phase or cycle of some sort of learning along the way. But I feel I kind of sense and I feel that there's, for some of you, it's like you've come so far with a project, and it's like, yes, I've achieved, and I've achieved this, I'm here now, and it's kind of maybe time to take the next step into something else. So now it's like there's a processing, it's shifting that energy into something new. Sounds pretty cool. Or in the new, in the sense that it's a next step or a next phase to whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. And like I say, this could be a relationship. It could be like going into one. It could be, exiting one. It could be, going into a new job or exiting a job, and, shifting in from one into another, or from one into a business, or business into work, whatever it is. Could be in relationships as well. It could be that you're moving in from one into, a new family situation, where there are more blended families. This kind of come through before as well. So there's a lot of movement, and I do feel like there's something to do with their gathering. Okay, there may be some anticipation with that as well, in what you're doing, where you're going, and how you want to do it. Okay, and so I'm just like looking at these, and what have I done there? Okay, Anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you now, Taurus. So, yeah, my amazing spiritual team and I, and the cat, will leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity and abundance. Okay, bye for now, and we shall see you in a fortnight. Okay. Oh, so next week, sorry, we'll be starting the healing type energy ones. Okay, as well. Okay, bye for now. See you next in a fortnight.